Hello, hello, hello. This is Jason Roebuck coming to you from the Park on Morden alongside my good friends Josh Roop and Paul Lannon. Say hi, guys.
How you doing, Jason?
How's it going?
It's pretty good. How are your days going, boys?
It's always a great day to be at the Park on Morton. Can't ever complain.
I agree. Let's get right into it. First topic. Just starting off with something light here. Name 3 NFL players that you would start a team with today. And neither of them can be QBs because we know in today's league there's a scarcity of QBs and elite QBs out there. So pick other position players. Roop, you can go first.
Well, to start, I think I'd like to get a nice mixture of offense and defense, but I'd place my emphasis on defense. So obviously I'd grab the number 1 defensive player, J.J. Watt, and then I get the shutdown corner of my dreams in Vontae Davis. Mm-hmm. And then I get the most intimidating football player on offense in the NFL in Gronk, and he would be a touchdown machine for who's ever my quarterback.
Wow, I like that. I agree with you, the mix on offense and defense there, Roop. And I also went more defensive heavy too. My 2 players were a little younger. I thought, keep it all under 25 also. Like to build for the future.
Yep.
So I went with my boy Tyrann Mathieu, the honey badger, if you will. I think he's really got a lot of potential. It's only his 2nd year, and heck, I was playing with him on Madden, 90 overall already.
There we go.
Yeah.
No, is that good?
So then and then I also am going to take it down to the linebacking core and then pick up my boy Khalil Mack. He's just, I think, the best young
gun.
Yeah,
youth over experience.
Yeah,
I like it.
Exactly.
It's interesting.
I was thinking, you said Gronk there, and I thought, wow, that is a awesome pick. And I was thinking I should go right there with the Gronk too, but I thought go out to the wide receiver position and pick out Odell. I just think he's the greatest wide receiver in the league, potentially.
Yeah, see, I also went wide receiver. I said Antonio Brown, but you can't really go wrong at this point. And then I was thinking, just because I've been watching the Colts lead in their offensive line, just pick someone like Zach Martin.
Yep.
A young...
I thought that too, but since I was only going 1 offensive player, I thought
he is going to get at least 11 Pro Bowls in his career.
He's
at least 11.
And you see the Cowboys, they just got rid of DeMarco, and he was so good last year. And look at him this year.
Their line's incredible.
Yeah. And now we'll just stay on NFL, and I just brought up the Colts. Right now, after we're watching these 2 games, we're going to put the Colts on blast. Because they have just been playing horribly lately, and they just had so many high expectations coming into this season. And what do you guys think's going wrong? Is it just one person's fault? Is it the whole team? What's wrong with them right now?
Well, I think it's got to start with the offensive line. Skip Bayless said that 60% of the blame should be put on Andrew Luck, but I don't think that's true at all. You can put a sizable portion on Luck, obviously, because he's thrown, 5 interceptions so far.
Yeah, turnovers have got to stop.
But I would say that on a majority of those throws, he's being hit in the backfield pretty hard. So the offensive line just got to protect him better, and we needed that's something we should have focused on in the offseason, and the management just did not do that.
Dorsett's not looking too good right now.
Hey, that's all right. He had some nice plays there at the end of the game, but
I agree with you that offensive line is just awful, and we went out with some targets in the offseason, got some offensive targets, but when you just don't hand the ball off to the offensive target, and then Frank Gore, he's going to be a future Hall of Famer, and he just doesn't get touches, and when he did the last game, he got yards.
Yeah.
But the times he got yards, they have got to clean up their penalties. That offensive line is just brutal right now.
Yeah, how much of the fault do you think you can place in Pagano? Because you can see the weapons on offense and everything. Maybe it's not a very strong offensive line, and maybe the defense isn't as strong as either, and they're injured. But how much of the fault can you put on the coach's shoulders, you guys think?
I don't know. It's kind of interesting because coming into the season, the offense was the thing that we thought would be spectacular, but the defense, I think, has actually played pretty well to what I thought it would be coming into the season. So I think he's done a great job with the defense. The offense, they just need to cut down the turnovers and.
Yeah, I mean,
Do something about
you
that.
can't really fault the defense when last game, they played pretty good on
They
defense
did.
The
till
fifth
the end.
and
They
sixth
got yeah.
quarterback-
I mean, if you're
cornerbacks
playing the
were playing.
fifth, sixth, and seventh cornerback
Yeah.
towards the end, and I mean against Brandon Marshall, you can't. I mean,
And you saw they cut to that one scene. Pagano was just going in on the secondary.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean they
with the
did
coaches
their effort, but I mean I think the offense. The question mark was always going to be: is the offensive line going to do that? Like they were always the question mark. Never like we had all the offense. We have all the offensive weapons, but I think you're only as good as your weakest part of your offense. And I mean it's clearly the offensive line just needs to get their shit together. I thought.
I mean, even though Luck, we all know Luck's going to be probably one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, and maybe he is getting hit when he throws the ball and fumbles when he gets sacked or anything. But I mean, 28 turnovers since 2014 or something, the most in the league.
Yeah, I mean, if he's gonna want to become the best quarterback, I mean, he's being called the best quarterback in the league by some people. It's ridiculous that he's being called that and has so many turnovers. He needs to take care of the ball, even if it's when he's running the ball or when he's throwing the ball. Sometimes I think he just airs the ball out when he shouldn't.
Yeah, and I think that's what's kind of cool about that too. I don't know if "cool" is the right word, but that's just something that Peyton always had, something and people always said was bad about him. He always had way too many turnovers. So it's just interesting that Luck kind of has that same trouble first couple years in the league.
Yeah, well, we'll see how they do the rest of the season. Maybe they'll mesh together more, offensive line plays together more. We'll see how they do. The Titans come up this week?
Yeah, I mean, Titans should be pretty.
The schedule's not too hard. So.
Yeah,
Defensively,
3-point
we
favorites.
should be able to handle them. Vontae could come back this week. Greg Toller, I believe, could come back this week. Butler, I don't think will.
Yeah, so it's not panic time yet.
Yeah, but it's a must-win this week.
Yeah,
I agree.
this sets the tone for sure after this game.
Sticking with football, we're going to transition to college. And the past 2 days, there's been a frenzy in Bloomington, I know, and it's spread a little bit to other parts of the country. Not many people have heard about it yet, I don't think. The Crimson Quarry came out with an article just giving reasons why College Game Day should come to Bloomington for the October 3rd Ohio State-Indiana football game. And the article is pretty much why not. Both teams may be undefeated. Game Day's never been to Bloomington before. There'd be storylines like Corso, East coach at Indiana, and Herb Street obviously went to Ohio State. And it picked up a lot of steam, especially on Twitter lately, and people have been tweeting College Game Day, and Lee Fitting, is that his name, the College Game Day producer?
I believe that. I don't know the.
Yeah.
They've tweeted back and said, "We hear you, Indiana football." So I just wanted to talk about. It was incredible how quickly this came together in about 24 hours time. But what do you guys think this would mean for game day to come to Bloomington, somewhere they've never been, and such a high-profile game with Ohio State coming into town?
I mean, I just think it would add another dynamic to game day. It'd be really cool. Lee Corso has just meant so much to College Game Day over the past years, and he's been such a sense of pride for IU football. To watch him, IU football hasn't really had something to hasn't had great things to look after, but Lee Corso coaching us and being the star that he is definitely a pride point for IU football. So I think it'd be a really cool thing if he came back and came to visit his former stomping grounds, and we showed College Game Day what Bloomington really is all about, and that we can be a football town.
Yeah, not just basketball.
Yeah, just jumping off Corso, the other cool thing I was thinking about is IU Ohio State. Corso, obviously IU, like you said, Herb Street, Ohio State. So you kind of have that rivalry on set too. Maybe it could be a little shit talking between those two on set. That would be pretty cool. Another thing is just College Game Day would just make just complete the game day experience at IU. The tailgate fields are already incredible.
But not many people know about that, though.
Yeah.
What do you think? You wouldn't think.
Well,
tailgating.
I mean, with Ohio State being there too, they have such a great traveling fan base, and especially while against playing Indiana, they're always here, so they always tailgate. They're known for tailgating, so it'd be very, a very exciting tailgate.
Yeah, and I was looking at the other games that week. I would say there are other options. I mean, the main option right now, I don't think, is Notre Dame Clemson at Clemson. And obviously, they're two highly ranked teams. And then you got Alabama, Georgia, and we were just looking South Dakota State, North Dakota State. There's some interest there. But I mean, those have all been done before. Why? Like, what do you think of?
I mean, maybe if Zaire didn't go down for Notre Dame, I just don't think they're they're good still. I mean, I'm not discounting.
And Clemson's always up there, but like they always just play horrible in one.
And I mean, is it really? I mean, how many SEC schools do you want to do game day at?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're ACC, but
then
Alabama,
Georgia, and then Florida State always gets ACC. Like, I mean, the ACC gets it plenty.
Yeah.
And there was that North Dakota State last year, which, I mean, that was really cool and everything.
But hey,
it's our turn.
You can only go up to North Dakota a couple times.
Yeah.
I mean, Bloomington,
North
Kirkwood.
Dakota,
I mean, they would enjoy it.
Imagine just
We would show them the Hoosier
Kirkwood,
hospitality and the Midwestern charm, and they would just fall in love with Bloomington.
Where do you guys think the best place for like the set to be located? What would be the best, like, most logical place for ESPN to go if it happened?
See, I've been thinking about this, and like, obviously one of the most scenic areas is the Sample Gates, and maybe I have Kirkwood in the background. But then I thought it's like such a big set, and they have buses and everything, and they would have to pretty much block off Kirkwood. I was thinking that one of the best spots would it be the east end zone, where there's those big pillars, and you can face outwards and see all the tailgating, and obviously there's a parking lot so you can set up and everything. And then you can obviously have in the tailgating fields where the fans are, but those are just some.
I mean, I think for me, I think where they should have it is somewhere on campus where they get to see the what's so unique about Bloomington. And what's so unique about Bloomington is our student union. We have one of the largest student unions in the nation. It tailors the needs of so many of our students. So why not throw it right next to our student union, right in Dunn Meadow? I think it could go all across there. Right, they could see the beautiful Indiana limestone that are
Bloomington in the fall too. By then,
weather would be wonderful.
And then like it's right next to Kirkwood, like so people could just spill over from Breakfast Club, make it to game day, see how it is.
Yeah, I mean, we would have some incredible signs too. Like, we have had no football to cheer for recently, so we would just have some funky signs.
That's just part of the poll. I mean, it's never happened in Bloomington before. We don't even know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
like
Bloomington in the fall too, amazing. Like, the only thing that beats Bloomington in the fall is Bloomington in the
spring. That's when you like that. There's that 1 week will be the best week of because
it's perfect.
Now we can't overlook Wake Forest.
That is so
the biggest
true.
game on the schedule.
I mean, Jordan Howard has to continue being the leading rusher, I think, in the nation.
And I think Kevin Wilson will have him ready for that game.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But
the defense is the big question. Our young secondary, of course,
they've just got to show up and play.
But we can only wish. Just keep tweeting game day, everyone, and maybe
hashtag IU FB for game day.
Yeah, let's keep that going. Do you guys think Joe Flacco's elite?
This week, yes, he was elite.
Yeah, you do.
Yep,
Okay.
he had incredible stats.
Okay, now let's go to IU basketball. Let's transition to a different sport real quick. And there's a lot of hype this year, but we'll talk about it some other time. We're gonna look into the future next year, 2016, 2017, and particularly the 2016 potential recruiting class. Now, Curtis Jones, the 4-star point guard out of Huntington Prep, just committed. What was it, a week ago, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, no, a couple days ago actually.
Or a couple days ago, and we're hoping that this may sort of get the dominoes rolling.
Well, you also can't forget about Grant Gilon, the 6'6" specialist shooter up from Crown Point.
The Ryan Klein of Crown Point, apparently. That's what the social media is saying.
Really? And then, no, all this, I just want to ask about Miles Bridges.
Yeah.
He's Jones's...
so Miles Bridges, I'm a big fan of him on Instagram, actually. He just announced his top 3 IU's in it, with also Kentucky and Michigan State. Played with Curtis Jones at Huntington Prep. He's just really good boys with Thomas Bryant, too. So it looks like there's a chance he could come. Number 8 player in the nation, 6'6", shooting guard, small forward.
It'd be a huge signing.
I mean, go watch his mixtape on thing. He can just dunk the ball. He is a pure athlete. From what I hear, my sources are saying Michigan State and Kentucky are kind of in the lead, but I think those teammates, that teammate Bond and him and Thomas Bryant are boys, like you said. I think,
especially if
definitely
Thomas
will sway.
Bryant has shown interest in staying a second
Yeah,
year.
I mean,
Yeah, he's already said he's committed for a
so, I
second
mean,
year,
that's
yeah.
just a team right there.
Yeah,
that
but-
is a solid team.
This is all just coming together, and if Von Maker comes too for
Wow.
next year,
Bloomington would implode.
yeah, I don't know what
I
would
mean,
happen. Like,
Bloomington would throw up.
yeah.
I mean, Thonmaker, easily one of the best recruits in recent memory. I mean, he can
I don't think I've ever seen him.
essentially a 7 foot point forward.
He's a 7'1" LeBron James.
Yeah.
But Kevin
He's
Durant,
like
he's better.
LeBron- Yeah, no, Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
He's taller, way taller.
And he's just incredible.
Yeah, and he's more of a wing somehow. I don't know.
He
if that
dunks
makes sense.
everything he drives and just
Yeah.
shoots the ball well. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. And then, I mean, he's just been very in the dark about his recruiting. So
And then everyone, I mean, people said he could go overseas. Obviously, that's over, I would guess. And then some people would say he'd play like a community college, right? Because he may only come for half a year or something, right?
Yeah.
Because he used to, I don't know what it is, but if Thonmaker came here along with, but Miles Ridge is our first priority. And if we were to give all those guys, I'm going to be.
Yep, and we just need a point guard to tie that team together. It'd be great. Oh well, maybe even Josh Newkirk, from the transfer from Pitt, could step up in that role.
Or JBJ could just shift down somehow.
Yeah, he could work on his ball handling. He
Yeah,
can.
well,
Rojo is just versatile.
Oh,
Well,
Rojo will still be here.
Yeah.
I would say Curtis Jones is a lot like Rojo. For those of you who haven't seen Curtis Jones, he's gonna be that feathery type. He dunks a lot of balls that he drives, and he strokes it from three.
Now, will Blackman will stay another year, right?
I don't know.
I've seen him like fringe first round pick in some
Really?
mock
Like
drafts.
if Indiana's as good as they are, if they're gonna be as good as they want to be, and he plays to that
His
ability,
potential and, like,
he could
Yeah,
be a
he could be a first round
He's one of the best shooters in the nation.
But also in that scenario, Troy Williams is going like top 14 easily.
He could be a lot of
Like make
he's
that
a double.
Oladipo leap that you so much love. Bro.
Yeah, he is a
Yeah,
Oladipo
so I
leap.
mean, they both came in to IU just raw athleticism, and I mean, obviously you've seen what Oladipo's done. He was a lottery pick, and
He's a double machine.
Yeah, he's
Troy Williams. It's
progressed,
ridiculous.
yeah.
He's just and it could be a triple double this year.
yeah, and I mean, we'll see how his jump shot is. That's always been his weak spot, and he's a little too kind of out of control on some fast breaks, but he's a human highlight reel.
Yeah, I completely agree. He's one of those players that just has the it factor.
Yeah. So now we're getting into October is just around the corner, and I mean everyone knows what that means. Baseball postseason is coming up, and the season's coming to an end. So I just want to get your guys' thoughts about who you think are going to win the awards this year. We'll do Cy Young for both leagues and MVP for both leagues. You guys can just start off, whoever you want to talk about first.
Well, I'm going to start off with a guy I've been following all year. Big fan of him since the start, Dallas Keuchel from Houston. 14-0 at home, 18-8 overall. Has a really good ERA, and what he's been able to do for Houston and have them make that leap from average team to being one of the best in the league. It's really been amazing to see him this year. So he's my vote for AL Cy Young.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm right there with you. He's my AL Cy Young also.
So you could argue David Price.
Yeah, I mean, he just doesn't have the wins.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Keuchel just has that swag factor too.
Yeah,
it's
and,
crazy.
Yeah, he's got it.
So it's unanimous here. Just give him the.
And then for me, the NL Cy Young, I have Arrieta. I think what he's done the last 13 games, a .86 ERA since the All-Star break. That means he's allowed 9 runs in 94 innings pitched since the year. I mean, that's just incredible. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I mean, I just think what the Cubs have done through the All-Star break has been a lot from him, and it's just incredible.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Paul on this one too. So we have 2 agreements. I flip back and forth between this. If you asked me a month ago, I would have picked Greinke.
Yeah, Greinke's.
But just Arrieta being able to do this for the whole stretch after the All-Star break kind of sealed the deal. He's just been unhittable. I was thinking earlier, it's just been kind of cool how we've seen different pitchers be absolutely unreal for different parts of the year, like early June to, or basically like the
Kershaw,
first half
too.
of June, DeGrom was untouchable,
Yeah.
and then it kind of went into Greinke and Kershaw for a little
It's
bit.
just so
and then
cool that
Arrieta's
Greinke and
just
Kershaw
become
are on
it.
the same team.
Yeah.
And they just-
They can just team up and kill hitters.
Arrieta may just be made his kid just because he's been so hot lately. So
And the Cubs just have
Yeah.
that swag.
The
Cubs
voters,
have-
it's fresh in the
Yeah.
voters'
and the
mind,
Cubs,
yeah.
like people just like
Yeah.
feel good.
Yeah.
It's a feel good story for the Cubs.
Yeah, people. I mean, if a lot of people weren't on that bandwagon
And then-
already, then they're on it
Yeah.
now. So
And
let's go
then-
to MVPs now.
All right, so for me, I had in the AL. I just think it's Josh Donaldson's MVP. I think I give it to him. I thought it was his to lose All-Star break since the All-Star break, and I think he still earned it with leading the AL in RBIs by 10 with 120. And I mean, just no one else really. I mean, he's just been the best, I think, with 39 home runs too. So yeah, that's mine. And the Blue Jays are just in the playoffs in the 2 seed.
Yeah, this is kind of weird because we have three agreements across the board so
Jeez.
far. Donaldson, I think Donaldson
no
though,
debate.
although is the most lock of all three of these people. I think.
Yeah, I mean,
By
it's
far,
just,
like people have been
Yeah.
saying he's MVP for like 2
It's been-
months.
yeah,
Like, he's
exactly.
just been absolutely unreal.
it's been his to lose.
And
It
then
hasn't.
for my NL, I hate to do it. I really do. 'Cause I
God.
hate the
I
Nationals,
didn't
and I know
do it.
this is going to lead to complete agreement for some reason. There's no debate here.
Yeah, there is.
But if you just look at what Bryce Harper has done this year, it's absolutely stupid. He's leading the MLB in wins above replacement for players overall, too, including pitchers. Greinke's behind him at 9.3. He's at 10.2. Besides Greinke, he's like almost 2 points above anyone else. And then he leads an on-base percentage, batting average, slugging percentage, on-base plus slugging percentage. It's absolutely unreal. And runs scored, too. He just does everything for his team.
Yeah, it's just
Do
yeah.
you agree with him, Ball? Like,
Yeah, I mean that's just a no. I mean you heard him. It's a no-brainer. Like I don't care if they might not make the playoffs.
Yeah,
he is
it's
the
just-
most valuable player with that stat line. It's
He's just kept the Nationals like relevant.
yeah.
too.
It's incredible. I mean
Well, I guess we're gonna see if you guys are right soon. We'll see.
Oh, you can take those to the bank. I
How
think those
much
are pretty
experts
solid
you are.
predictions.
Now we'll talk teams you guys think are gonna make it to the World Series. I want your World Series prediction, and I want you to say who's gonna win and in how many games. Paul, you can go first.
yeah. I mean I just agree with that Cubs. I just think they could ride that Arrieta, Cy Young and that. I mean they're young hitting core, Rizzo and Bryant, and then I just think Schwarber will hit his way through the playoffs and then get him to World Series and put Schwarber at the DH and then Rizzo and they just really completes their lineup. I mean, I think they could really take, and then they get through the NL. I think they owned the Cardinals last series, the Cubs. I mean, they almost swept them at the Cardinals, but they won 2-1, whatever.
But you can never downplay the Cardinals in the playoffs.
Oh, I mean, I completely agree, but I think Chicago, I mean, you can't downplay them in the playoffs. And then-
Yachty's out too.
I mean, and then also in the AL, I think you just stick with the MVP. He gets you there. I mean, Donaldson's going to put it on his back and just carry the Blue Jays with Price to the World Series. But then I think get Wrigley to a World Series, and I think everyone
that would
knows
be special.
it's a special place. I think so. I would put the Cubs 4-2
Wow.
over the Blue
And
Jays.
the drought will end.
Yeah, it's just going to be. Yeah, that could be my bold prediction even, but.
Yeah, I am also a big fan of the Blue Jays, but I don't think the Cubs are going to get there.
Not this year, at least, right? I mean, the plan is next year.
Yeah, I mean, it would be really cool because of, like, Chicago would just be insane.
That'd be a year ahead of schedule.
Yeah, it's just like, I've just been following the Mets all year. I think I've just been getting a really good vibe from them. They're just special. They have incredible
Yeah.
pitching.
Yeah.
DeGrom,
The
Scherzer,
Dark Knight.
Syndergaard. Yeah, I mean, and then trading for Cespedes at the deadline did wonders for them. So I have them playing the Blue Jays in the World Series and Mets taking it 4-3, Game 7 in Toronto. DeGrom getting the W.
DeGrom.
And
Yeah.
to further that, DeGrom World Series MVP.
But hey, I think in my World Series, Donaldson has a game where he hits 4 home runs.
That could easily happen. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Just because he's so good.
Donaldson does what he wants.
Donaldson does what Donaldson do.
All right, well, you guys gave me a World Series. We'll see how that turns out. Now we're gonna move on to bold predictions, just for this upcoming week.
All
Just
right.
give me your boldest prediction, Paul.
All right. So my bold prediction is actually going to occur tonight, and we're going to take you to the WNBA. And Tamika Catchings is going to have a triple-double tonight. That's about it. Yeah.
Right.
And the Fever obviously win. They're going to go on to win the WNBA championship
Yeah, they've been good for years.
Yeah, in case anyone didn't know, Fever Game 1,
tonight.
Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes. At Madison Square Garden.
They're going to get the job
ESPN.
done, let's just say it.
Yeah.
I mean,
to me,
I'm just
in
going
Tamika
to
we
further
trust.
Paul's bold prediction by just saying that Tamika Catchings has been the most stable thing in Indiana for the past 10 years.
It's incredible. She's been,
Absolutely amazing.
since 2002 when we drafted her. She's been she's been perfect
Yep.
for Indiana.
Yeah, we're lucky to live in Indianapolis and have that sort of stability with the WNBA team. My bold prediction this week actually won't be till Monday. The Monday Night Football game this week is Chiefs at Packers, and I am predicting that the Chiefs will go into Lambeau and beat the Packers. With an added twist to my bold prediction, I think Travis Kelce will bring in 3 touchdown passes, count them 3.
Wow. Yeah.
And
The
obviously-
Gronk, he has the Kelce factor.
Yeah.
Kind of like Gronk.
And probably Jamal would probably add 1 or 2 here or there. Obviously, the wide receivers won't get any because they just don't throw the wide receivers for touchdowns. But yeah,
I mean, Zeus, right? When it comes
Yeah.
to that. I mean, T-shirt, right? Zeus.
Yeah, my prediction.
That's a
is
T-shirt,
that
right?
Travis Kelce will get 3 touchdowns, and the Chiefs will beat the Packers. How about you, Josh?
Yeah, so I actually have 2 bold predictions. My first one just is Stanford number 21 going into Corvallis against Oregon State Friday night. I mean, they are coming off a win against USC, but I just do not think Kevin Hogan's that hot, and I think he's going to have a bad game. Look for the upset there in Corvallis. Moving on, this Sunday, the 27th, USA plays Scotland in the Rugby World Cup. And this is a
Upset, right?
I'm not going to pick an upset because I just do not think that is fathomable, but I am predicting the U.S. to play within 8 points to Scotland in this game.
Wow.
Oh, that would be impressive. We need to get better at rugby, and that would get us on the national.
Yeah, and then so also what we were thinking, a kind of a longer term prediction. Rupe and I were talking earlier when we were going to the C-store. What if Brandon Whedon became the staple in Dallas? And I mean, he went 7 for 7 last year. when he
Long-term
came
starter.
No,
in. What if he?
that's preposterous.
I mean, Jerry Jones said he has
He has
the
an
best throwing motion
incredible arm.
in
I mean, Jerry Jones has to support him at this point. I mean, that's his QB right now.
I mean, but best.
So you're saying he's gonna be the quarterback when Romo is healthy?
I'm saying he has the potential. He went 7 for 7 for 73 yards and a touchdown to give him the win last week.
All right, that's our show for the week. Tune in this Sunday for our next installment of the Mark on Board. We're out.